Hi everybody, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways, and today I am planting secret garden beds. And the reason I'm calling them secret is because Paul doesn't know about them, and they're kind of for him. See, last year I planted tomatoes and peppers in them, and then in the fall I planted garlic. And none of the garlic has come up. Absolutely none. And I can't figure out why, and it really disappointed me. And Paul said, well, you know, that's fine because you need your rest anyways. You shouldn't plant too much. I had a few health problems this spring and a couple problems with my back, but I want to get something planted in here. And he's such a good guy. He's always worrying about me. I figured I'd plant a few things that he would like. Maybe not what I think is the best, but I am planting a few things that are just for me. But at least two of them are for Paul, even though I don't think they're a good idea. But let me show you what I'm going to be working with. Okay, there's about 6 of these tubs, and each one of them holds, I want to say, 55 gallons. So I'm really not going to add anything to the soil because last year I think we added too much compost. So I think this year it'll do fine for our needs, and I hope you can hear me over the central air because I'm not turning that stuff off. It's hot as Hades out here, and I'm not normally a fan of hot weather. So when I'm done out here, I'll really appreciate it when I go in there. But see that bed on the far right, I started to put just a real light weed cover in there. I'm plucking out, or pretty much have plucked out, all the bigger weeds I found in there. I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to get going on my planting. Alright, I got the bed set up with everything I want in them, and you know, it's kind of good to plan your stuff out, like what's going to go in each bed, rather than just to start planting and then find out, oops. You know, I guess I'll just show you bed by bed what I'm planting and why. I think that'd be a little bit easier, so let's head over there. Alrighty, in this bed it's going to be strawberries, and these are ever-bearing strawberries where they will put off fruit throughout the summer as opposed to just in June. Now, I'm not a huge fan of growing strawberries. Paul is, or wants to be, but I grew them years ago, and the birds always got to them, and I could never grow enough to can, you know, to make my jams and jellies. So I've just really gotten into the habit of going to a couple of those you pick your own farms. But for Paul's sake, I will plant a few of these. See, there's a couple small strawberries already starting, so he can have a few here and there to pick and eat fresh if he wants. I'll also tell him that we can move them, take them with us, you know, when we get to the cabin, and plant them there if he likes. So, I mean, I think he'll be happy about that. But I don't think I'll ever have enough strawberries to do my jams and jellies. But let's move on to the next bed. Now, this bed here, a little more tricky. Yes, that is watermelon in there. Top, bottom is watermelon, and in the center is curly parsley. Oh, and by the way, because I had already done all my seedlings and had them going in my big bed and other spots, I had nothing to plant in these beds. So I had to go to my local favorite garden center, and that's where I got all these from. They grow pretty good. The plants are really, really good, and they're reasonably priced. So anyhow, that's why you see them in these different little containers. But anyhow, the parsley I'm putting in the center because even though it does like full sun, it will grow in a partial shade. And I'm thinking once the watermelons get going, the leaves might shade them out a little bit. I did plant the watermelons one on either end so that they can vine out and over. Although I will say I've never had good luck with watermelons. So I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping this will turn out, because Paul really, really, really wants me to plant watermelon every single year, and I don't. So I hope this works for him. The next bed here is just mint, peppermint and spearmint. I grew this a lot at my old house. It had its own bed, but when we moved, I really didn't have time to dig it up and bring it with. So I've only grown little bits here and there in smaller pots since then. And I think I can just leave it here and it'll be fine in here without getting, you know, crazy. That is spearmint and peppermint. You know, great for tea and recipes. You can make your own extract. And, you know, you can dig out clumps if you want. Plant it near your doorways, help keep bugs away, stuff like that. So that's one of the things I planted for me, not so much for Paul. And oopsie, one of my plants already fell over. But that is a pepper plant. And that is a ghost pepper plant. Now, I will never in a million years eat a ghost pepper. The hottest I'll do is, jalapenos. They're just not good for me these days. But my boys, they love eating stuff like that. It's like some sort of challenge or something for them. So I'm growing them for them and they can have them. And then I have some sage back there. This purple basil here is kind of a dwarf basil, so it's not going to get real tall. So that's why I put it in the center. Kind of like the oregano. That'll spread and get a little bit taller, but not too tall. And then down here on the bottom, this is thyme. And then there's rosemary. Both of them shouldn't get too tall. Not a big fan of rosemary, but I do like to have some on hand. And now these last two beds, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, because I do too. But rhubarb. One in that bed, and two in this bed. I bought 3. Wasn't thinking. So, Paul loves rhubarb. Well, of course, strawberry rhubarb, this, that, and the other thing. And he's always wanted me to grow that too, but, you know, we just move around a lot, you know. We're moving like, geez, at first it was every 4 years, and now it's every 2 years. So I really didn't want to put something down like rhubarb or asparagus or anything like that, you know, if I'm going to end up moving again. So I'm going to tell him that we can dig this up and take it with us. But yes, I know, rhubarb does not transplant well. And Paul doesn't know that, so we'll just take our chances and see what happens. So I'm going to get this started and get it all in, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. This was so much work. It's so stinking hot out here. Good golly. I think I sweated in places I had never sweat before. Whew. Gotta go in and take another shower. But before I do that, I got everything planted in, as you can see, and I lightly watered them in. Normally I would do a heavier watering. You know, you don't want to shock the plants if you can help it. But they're saying storms tonight, and so I didn't want to overdo it. If they're wrong, go figure, and it doesn't storm, I'll just come out in the morning and do a deeper watering. And the last thing I'll need to do is get some mulch in here. And I have some straw for that, but I'm just too tired. That can wait until tomorrow, I think. And as far as the strawberries go, I'm going to give them a week or so to establish. And then I will pull out the weed backer or barrier, whatever. Because as you know, strawberries propagate, grow by shooting out runners. And you can't shoot out runners with that barrier there. So anyhow, this is my secret garden for Paul. He's working late tonight. I'm hoping by the time he gets home it's still light so I can show him. But let me know if you guys had to plant anything late. Or if you guys planted something new this year. Let me know that too. I'm really interested in everybody's garden plans and what they're doing. And if you can, let me know what part of the country or the world you're in. That would be great too. It was nice talking to you guys. You take care. Bye-bye.